Hey everybody, Alex from SCADA Forge here. In this video, we're going to talk about scripting in Ignition. This will be a high-level overview, more to tell you that it exists and where to look in the docs, and then we'll dive into more scripting in the 102, 103, and 104 sections, as well as Ignition 201 and above. So scripting basically allows you to write more complicated things than you can with expressions using Python, or specifically Jython, because it's built on Java. There's a number of built-in system functions to do a lot of common things that you might need to do in Ignition. And if we scroll down to the bottom here, where is scripting used? You can use it on components to add actions to buttons, do things on value changes, etc. You can set up tag change scripts. So when the tag value changes, you can run a script there. We can do report scripting to customize data sources and grab data and do a lot of complex things there, like interacting with the database. We can do things with alarm notification. And then we also have client, session, and gateway scripting that will allow us to do different things on the gateway level. If we go to our designer and we go to the scripting section, gateway events. So if we go into gateway events and do a new timer script, we can set a delay time. So this would be, maybe I want to run something every minute to run a bunch of calculations. So I would put 60,000 milliseconds there. And I want to do something in here, like maybe I want to do a system.tag.read. And pull in a particular tag path and do something with that value. And if you look under the docs, under the appendix, you'll see the systems functions option. This gives you a lot of things. I would say I rarely write a script in Ignition that doesn't tie into this somehow. Most commonly it would be, I say system.date. If I want to do something with dates to like format a date, convert from milliseconds since January 1st, 1970 from a database, or I want to get the hours or minutes out of a date. That would be a very common thing to do. We can go back. System.net allows you to communicate like with APIs and other TCP/IP clients. What's another common one? System.tag, like reading and writing tags, is very, very common. You can also do like system.user to see if the user has a particular role for security settings. So you can do get roles and see if the user has a particular role and do something with that. So I'd get pretty familiar with that part of the documentation. And just as an example, let's say we want to, let's just create a new tag here. Let's go to the default provider. We'll create a new tag, a new standard memory tag. And let's call this script example. And we'll make it an integer's fine. Then I'll go to my system, gateway, current date time. So we'll go to scripting, value change. So anytime this value changes, we're going to execute this script. We'll do a system.tag.write asynchronous. Paste in our tag path. And we will do system.date dot get. Let's say we want to get minute of current value dot value, and that's a parameter that gets passed in. We have current value, which is a qualified value, so we can use the dot value syntax to pull that out. And we'll just clear this out for the moment. And that should be good. So when this changes, we're currently at 753. I go here and I see this value now has 53, which is the current minute of our gateway date time. And then when this crosses over to 54, this will get written to 54. So again, you can put scripts on tags. We'll talk about it in more detail, but if we want to go to Vision, I believe it's under templates. Or maybe it's in perspective. Pop-up view, overview, station, root container. Like for example, here we have a script on this button details that opens up a pop-up, but we could put that into scripting here if we want to add a script to on action performed when we click that button. And we'll go into more detail in this in future videos, more that this exists and is something to be aware of. And if we go view, reset panels, now we're at 754. You'll see that this value has now updated to 54 and now 55. So that's a very simple example of how to use scripting to do something a little more complex. And scripting is also good if you're going to write like a for loop to loop through a data set or do something like that. If you're thinking in terms of like Microsoft Excel, expressions are more like functions on a cell, and scripts are more like diving into VBA macros and things, where you're able to do a lot more, but it also has a little bit more added complexity to the system. So that's at least a brief overview that scripting exists. Please let me know if you have any questions, and we can dive in deeper on anything. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Have a great day.